Hi, John Kuzma from EndZoneBlog.com. Today I want to talk about Leonard Fournette. Leonard Fournette is already on the chopping block in Jacksonville. I guess the Jaguars just voided all his guaranteed money. To me, this is surprising because Leonard Fournette was just a top five pick in the 2017 NFL draft. And 1 year later, after rushing for 1,000 yards last year, he's already getting his guaranteed money stripped away from him. And now the Jaguars are seriously considering trading him or cutting him. How in 1 year it's went from a highly coveted player to a player that is on the cusp of being dealt away or released from the team is just baffling. I know the Jacksonville Jaguars had a terrible season. Nothing seemed to go their way. Remember, they went to the AFC Championship game a year ago. This year, the wheels fall off. Nothing goes right. Blake Bortles is benched. Just a million other things go wrong for that team. And, Fournette, he was hurt for most of the season, and then he comes back and he said he wasn't in his best shape. Well, when you're hurt, you miss out on all those reps. You don't get into game shape. You're not that finely tuned athlete like you are if you're participating in every workout, practice, games, etc. So I can understand why he wasn't in good enough shape, but there's something going on where Tom Coughlin called him and TJ Yeldon out because they were on the bench and they weren't engaged with their teammates at all. They were just doing their own thing. And it's just a crazy situation to me. It seems like Leonard Fournette should be one of the key pieces to that team's success. I feel like they should be sticking with him and trying to get the most out of him in the next couple of years and just kind of say maybe it was just one bad year. We need to look past it and look to the future and make sure that everything is going well for both sides. And when I say both sides, the Jaguars and Fournette. But that doesn't seem to be the case. Tom Coughlin called them out, said their behavior was unbecoming of a professional football player. I don't know if that was the right way to handle things either, because now you're casting Leonard Fournette in a negative light, and the public is, coming down on Fournette for his actions, and now there's a little bit of a rift between both sides. But at the same time, you can't let Fournette get away with his behavior if he really is acting up and just not handling his responsibilities. But we always talk about how this stuff needs to be kept in house. Tom Coughlin went to the media and leaked it out there, and he's supposed to be the guy that is the ambassador of keeping things in house. So there's a lot going on there. We really have to wait for the details to come out and see, is Fournette, skipping practices, being a jerk in practice, just not doing what he has to do as a professional athlete to prepare himself to be ready to play or whatever it is. But if there's one thing that's for certain, it's the Jaguars have a ton of issues right now, and nothing seems to be going their way. Like I said, if I was running the team, I feel like Leonard Fournette, we just spent a first round pick on him. We cannot let this whole situation get out of control to the point where we're letting a first round talent walk out the door. But unfortunately for Fournette, when you strip away his guaranteed money, you pretty much set the tone as far as what's to come. Nobody would take that in stride. If you strip my guaranteed money, I think that relationship would be almost beyond repair. Especially if I just gave you 1,000 yard season a year ago and took you to the AFC Championship game. I don't know where it goes from here. All I know is if you're Tom Coughlin or the front office of the Jacksonville Jaguars, you have to try to reel this guy in. I don't know if they can go back and undo that guaranteed money thing where they stripped him of all that money. I think they should go back and patch it up and give him that money. I know as an owner, Khan down there in Jacksonville, the owner of the Jaguars. I know you don't want to pay all that money if you feel like this player isn't handling his end of the bargain. But at the same time, do you really want to hit the panic button after 1 year, one bad year, after you've seen how good it could have been in 2017? I just think they should try to work things out with Leonard Fournette. Try to keep him happy, because when he's happy, he's going to perform at a much better level. But like I said, I don't know if things can be repaired now. It's unfortunate it's came to this, and it's a real possibility that they could trade or release Fournette. One of the reasons they did get rid of all that money is because it makes him easier to be dealt in a trade. So people are going to have a lot of incentive to come get him. But even if you get a second round pick and a fifth round pick or a third round pick and a sixth and a seventh, he was a first round talent. When you're a first round talent, you're the cream of the crop. You don't want to dish those players, especially if you want your team to be great. And sometimes teams just have a down year. That's just the NFL. There's so much competition that 1 year you're up, next year you can be down, unless you're the New England Patriots. But as far as Jacksonville goes, they need this guy, and things have got off the rails at some point. I don't think that's just a Leonard Fournette problem. I think that's the entire makeup of the team. Blake Bortles hasn't been good enough. He's been a turnover machine. The defense, in the beginning of the year, there was a video that was leaked. It was Yannick Ngakoue and Dante Fowler fighting in practice. And right when I seen that, I knew, I was like, their culture's not right. If their culture's not right, they're going to underachieve for the season. Of course, they didn't even make the playoffs. We're just absolutely abysmal. And, Fowler's not there anymore, but clearly there's other issues in that locker room. It's a toxic environment. And, now Leonard Fournette is being pushed out for whatever reason. And that's, a tremendous player that is now alienated and probably frustrated with the whole situation. And if I had to take a guess, I don't think Leonard Fournette even wants to be there anymore. It's crazy how it could all come to this, but that's life in the National Football League. And if someone else gets Leonard Fournette, they're going to get a tremendous football player. We know what he's capable of when he's in top form. And that's really what this is all about. Can you get Leonard Fournette back up to top form? Because when he's playing at a high level, he's one of the best in the entire business, which is why he was a top 5 pick in the NFL draft. So we'll see. Jacksonville, it's not always just on the players. Sometimes it can be on the higher-ups too for the decisions they make. And like I said, I don't know if I agree with Tom Coughlin, publicly scolding TJ Yeldon and Leonard Fournette. You got to keep that in-house, Tom. I'm John Kuzma, though. That's all I have. Check out endzoneblog.com. Thank you so much. Take care.